Hi, this is Miss Gonzalez. Today we are going to go over how to factor polynomials. After you are done with polynomials, watching this video, I have a lot of examples to help make sure you know how to factor. There's going to be a lot of information throughout this video, so I suggest you take notes and pause and reread and go over the examples if you need to. First type of factoring we kind of already did a little bit, so I just want you to remember our first step is always factor out the GCF, okay? GCF, what is it? Greatest common factor. So you need to be looking first what number goes into 4, 24, and 20. Hopefully you are all yelling 4 because that is absolutely correct. So the GCF right now is 4. Remember, we also talked about the x. The smallest exponent is also the GCF. So if you look here and you see I have an x here, I have an x here, and I have an x here. This example should have a 2 on it, okay? So what I want you to realize is that there is an x on every single one of these. So x to the first power, if you want to write it to the first, you can. You don't need the 1 if you don't, would be my GCF. So some of you, just like we did with dividing, wrote it underneath. And you could go ahead and write it underneath if that helps you. This was one of the ones I reviewed when we talked about our rules of exponents. So now I would divide. 4 divided by 4 is 1. Again, you don't need the 1, but if you want to write it, go ahead. 3, what is division? Do we add, subtract, multiply, divide? Hopefully you're remembering from yesterday's lessons that I should be subtracting. So this would be 3 minus the exponent of 1. So that is 3 minus 1, which is 2. 24 divided by 4 is going to give you 6. 2 x's, you take 1 away, you're left with 1. 20 divided by 4 is 5, and then those x's are going to cancel. So that is how you factor out your GCF. What's different in the polynomial unit is you're not going to be done here. Yes, I have one factor, but this can be factored further. For example, if I look here, this is our perfect trinomials. So we could set up our x. A times c, that adds to b. A is 1 times 5 is 5. And then your middle one is a negative 6. So what two factors of 5 add to negative 6? Hopefully you're all thinking negative 2 and negative 3. So now I can go ahead and write those as my factors. Double check that you divide by A. A here is 1, so that is not going to change my answer. Notice I have 3 factors. Notice also up here is 3. This is going to come into a big discovery that we're going to start talking about later on. For today, we're just concentrating on factoring. Make sure you took notes on that. Replay this video if you need to. As I told you, I'm going to go over a lot of examples within this video, so I suggest pausing, writing them down, and revisiting this video throughout this lesson. So the next example is another GCF. So if you look here, I am going to see what number goes into 6, 21, and 18. Some of you are probably thinking 6, but does 6 go into 21? No. So what does go into each? 3. So far the GCF is 3. Now you want to take again your smallest exponent. Your smallest exponent is x squared. So I could take out x squared. Now to figure out what is left inside, I'm going to divide. And for those of you who like to write it underneath, go ahead and write it underneath. That's a perfectly good strategy. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. 21 divided by 3 is 7. 3 minus 2 is 1. 18 divided by 3 is 6. And then those x's cancel out. So again, what I want you to think about is that you're not completely done yet. We still need to factor. How you're going to factor here is by setting up that x. 2 times 6, that adds to 7. So what are the factors of 12 that add to 7? Hopefully you all thought 4 and 3. So now I write those factors out, x plus 3 and x plus 4. But remember, our last step is always to divide by a, so I have to divide by a. My GCF is just going to be brought down. It's not going to change. The GCF should look exactly the same at the end. Here is the only place where I need to divide by a. So 3x squared gets written down. Can you divide 3 by 2 without getting a decimal? Nope. So remember, we slide it out in front. Can you divide 4 by 2 without getting a decimal? Absolutely. So we're going to call that 2. So my final answer, since this is kind of stretched in together, is going to be 3x squared, 2x plus 3, x plus 2. Now what I would like you to do is go to the next Nearpod slide and solve, please.